and today we're using this Anything But Ugly Christmas sweater garland pattern from thelittlegreenbean.com. She has these adorable felt patterns and she made them into garland using like little clips. But I'm going to make them into ornaments and maybe tweak them a little bit. I used Benzie felt and it cuts beautifully. I will post her storefront in the description. And for the fall, I had made these. Now these are Simply Eileen patterns. I stuffed it a little bit with some polyfill, but I'm not going to stuff these. But this is kind of the idea. So I'm going to do these now to get ready for Christmas. I will be honest with you. I'm starting with the snowman. But my original idea for the snowman was to embroider everything and not glue his face. So I was like, I'm going to embroider his face. I'm going to use French knots. I'm going to embroider the heart and the nose. And I started making a video of that, and that will not see the light of day because it didn't go so well. This is my attempt at embroidery, and poor guy, no, just no. So plan B is, I have all the pieces cut. Plan B is to glue pieces on for him, his face, his eyes, his mouth, his carrot nose, his little heart, and stitch the rest on. I will stitch his scarf and his hat on, but I am not that good at embroidery, and with this white felt, I don't know, I was just having problems. So because I'm going to stitch around him onto this sweater, you don't have to be too picky about how this looks on the edges because there's going to be stitches around, kind of like this. It's kind of forgiving as far as that goes. I die cut these little pink cheeks, and I have these little black whatever beads or whatever. I got these on Amazon, and there's lots of different sizes. I'm going to glue those on. I had in my stash these Stampin' Up! Shaker shapes, and I thought this pink heart would be perfect because Missy at the Little Green Bean, I mean, that heart is such a cute little detail on him, so I wanted to keep that and do that too. I'm going to use my Nuvo Deluxe Liquid Adhesive. Already there's quite an improvement. Yeah. There, his face is glued. Will it last forever? I don't know. If I give it to someone and next year his nose falls off, well, I'm sorry about that. But hopefully it'll last. Set him aside. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is blanket stitch around the whole thing. Now this green one is going to be the back of the red. So is it cut well? No. Did I worry about it? No. Because again, this is pretty forgiving, doing the blanket stitch around, and it'll be fine. So I've sorted through my embroidery floss, and I was looking for colors that I want to stitch with. So I'm going to use this to put the snowman on here, and I'm going to use this gold color for the blanket stitch all around. So what am I going to do with the little edges? And what I love is you can do any stitch you want, and the stitch floss color can add to the design, so it doesn't have to blend in. I could use white and stitch it, but might as well have some fun and use it to kind of help it to pop. When you pull floss out, the DMC, pull from the side with the number, and it doesn't knot on you. DMC comes in 6 strands, and I think I'm going to use 3. And you only want to pull 1 at a time. If you try to save time and pull 2, it will knot on you. I've tried that. It doesn't work. Only pull 1 at a time. I'm using a size 24 needle. It has a bigger eye, and that's pretty helpful when stitching with felt. And 3 strands of floss. Need a bigger eye. My friend Christy made this for me, and I love this little bag. So I keep my size 24. I think I just got those on Amazon, in my needle threader. I'm going to leave the whole outside for the blanket stitch, and I'm only going to use this green for the insides of where the white meets the red. Why am I having so much trouble? What is going on? Do you ever have one of those crafting days where nothing goes right? Do I need to remind you how my day is going so far? Why am I making a video? Because I'm being stubborn. I seriously have not had this problem before when I was sewing felt. I'm not usually stitching in this position with my hands far away, but that's okay. This is going much better now. Are my stitches uniform? No. I think I did a better job on this one. But will it matter? I don't think so. In the grand scheme of things, it will be fine. And when you put the stitches kind of crooked and some are longer than the other, it gives it a little whimsical feel. Now I've sewn the white onto the red, and look. Is that a problem? No. Because I can take my scissors and just trim. I actually don't want that extra with the blanket stitch that I'm going to do around the edges. Now how does that look? Looks fine. And again, we'll blanket stitch this all at the end. So now I can trim this off. No one will see these ends, but I don't want them to come undone. This one was nice and secure under here, but I'm going to just put a drop of glue. This is an orange stick. It's called an orange stick for manicures, and I use it a lot. I have a lot of them. I use them for crafting. I realized why this white felt is hard to get my needle in, and it's not Benzie Designs felt. It's a different brand. It's not cheap. It's not from Walmart or whatever. I know what company it is. I just don't want to say. But it's very dense. So I would probably have an easier time with a sharper needle. But then the eye of the needle might be smaller, so I'm just gonna struggle through. But the red is easy to get my needle through. It's the white that's being difficult. But I am really liking how this looks. I like this green color a lot. I could tie little knots. Maybe I should do that instead of gluing. Not gonna see them. Now for the fun part. Mr. Snowman. The hat and scarf. He's cute! I'm hoping he saves my project because he's cute. I was gonna use this dark gold. The gold, I'm gonna do the stitching all around, but I also want to put his little scarf on with this. Because the scarf is small, I'm going to use 2 strands. In cross stitch, we call this the loop method. It's got a little loop on this end, and so this should help. Oh yeah, the white. Oh boy. This is that same dense white. That's tough. Okay, so I'm going to leave that little loop there. Okay. And then I come up through the loop and it will secure it, right? Like that. Through the magic of editing, I am going to spare you all me fighting my needle through this white. In fact, I'm going to go get a sharper needle. This one's pretty blunt. This is a cross stitch needle. Probably size 28 or 26. I get those mixed up. Should be a little sharper for this white, I hope. Oh yeah, like a dream, like a dream. And it still has a pretty big eye of the needle. Should have switched to this a long time ago, you guys. I've been on the struggle bus this whole video. I've been wanting to make a video with this project for a long time, and I finally get to today, and it's been a thing. But that does not reflect on anyone's felt that I'm using or anyone's patterns I'm using. It's me. He's looking so cute. That was really fun. Now for the joining of these two pieces. You could do a little holly or a red band for his hat. That would be cute, but I'm not going to do that. I am going to blanket stitch these and be done. This is how I do the blanket stitch. I'm using this 783 DMC gold color, and I used that little clip that was hanging out. I like to go in the middle of the felt pieces, put the little end in there for later. When I do the blanket stitch, I always come from the back and come up. So I'm going to go right next to that one and all the way through. I've got 3 layers here. Oh, that looks good. Then pull, but leave a loop, and then put your needle through the loop. Oh, of course. Back on track. Okay. If I had my Wonder Clips, I would use those. But they are downstairs, and I don't want to go downstairs and get coming up from the back again, leaving that loop, pulling through. Blanket stitch leaves a nice edging. I like it. When I get to that ribbon, I'm going to just secure it with my stitching. I didn't want to glue it. I'm done. I finished. I stitched the blanket stitch all around here while I was watching TV, and I think it turned out so cute. I hope you like it too. Now, in keeping with my I wasn't having a very good craft day, look at the back. No! I don't know what happened, but I didn't even notice it because it was the last thing that I was doing, and I just had to finish this part, and I was like, what? It doesn't matter, it's the back, and these things happen, and it's okay. So, whew, persevered and made him work. Thanks for watching, and if you could, please like, subscribe, comment, share. It would all help. You made that. Have a great day. I know, I didn't even put this in the middle. It's off center. But really, going from this to this, it's pretty good for having a bad craft day. But I'm done for the night.